Right when we're doing it.
Hey guys, good
What's
morning.
up, guys?
What's up?
Oh my gosh, I was just about ready to sneeze.
You can sneeze.
I'll sneeze.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna blow my nose. Good Lord, dude! I feel like that guy in the background. Oh no!
I know.
Oh, I'm gonna blow my nose.
Like it was a British accent.
I was trying not to. Never mind. Anyway,
Hey, guys.
how you doing?
Yeah. Well, today, 4th episode, and we are going to talk about
GDPR.
GDP. Yeah.
GDPR, which basically this is the we're going to talk about basically information and the governance
new Armageddon in Europe.
Yes.
Email marketing, but it's not.
Yeah. What it does is it replaces the old data protection directive from 2015, which really wasn't enforced as much as I think that this one may be now. And I think it's important for email marketers to start gearing up and getting their data ready for this.
Especially now when you still have time, and we are going to discuss it in the video in a few minutes, what you need to do right now before it actually get into process.
Yeah, this law was written in the European Union, so it's an EU law.
Yeah.
And EU law is different from country law, state law, any types of laws that you're currently used to dealing with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a governance of, I think the EU has, what, 10 countries? How many countries are in the EU?
Ask Google, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so I believe there's a handful of countries altogether that are enforcing this law. And how they're enforcing it is they are enforcing fines of up to 20 million euros. 20 million euros. And how they were doing some research on this, how they were really wording it was types of fines for very large data companies, right? We had a data company here, one of our credit agencies, I forgot the name. I'm not going to mention the name. I don't think it's important. But what is important is they had a huge data breach and they lost millions and millions and millions of records to, we're talking Social Security, we're talking bank account records.
Crazy. We're talking about everything.
Everything a bad person would want if they were going to do bad things with data.
Completely.
And we're talking about identity crisis here, people losing a lot of their good information. So with that in mind, the EU came up with this idea of the GDPR, which is going to hopefully protect the consumers in the European Union when they fill out information and they give it to banks, they give it to marketing companies.
Everything, basically. Everything you sign up for.
Yes.
Until now, everyone just sending on data between one person to another, between countries, and no one actually regulate that in a way, in that harsh way. But now with GDPR, especially for big companies that have a lot of databases, that's the main goal. Not the small marketers, but still, also the small marketers need to be protected and need to know what they can do and what they cannot do. Okay,
this is really big stuff right here. I remember when Canada came out with their new laws on spam, and everyone were getting prepared for that. And a lot of people made some changes to their database. They were stressed out about it, and it's been out for quite. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we had many companies come into the hygiene portion and ask us if we could remove all Canada email as well. That's easy when it comes to a small domain because we could look up the MX or their IP address.
.ca.
Yeah, easy. We could pull that email out. However, when it comes to emails like Yahoo, Gmail, AOL, all of the large domain service providers,
much harder. Free
emails that you could get way extremely harder. The only way you could do that is via appending. So the question is that something we're going to have to do here? When everyone did that for Canada, we tried to pull as many as we possibly could out of there. People were not emailing into Canada.
Yeah.
However, you're not seeing in the headlines all kinds of people getting fined.
Nope.
It's really, really rare. I would say probably maybe one a year. And those types of
most of it for companies, and we don't even hear about that.
Yeah, exactly. So will we expect the same thing in the European Union. Well, there's a big difference. There's a difference between a organization of countries whom are, together in one currency versus just one individual country.
Yes.
I think this is a bigger deal than the Canada laws that were enacted for
No doubt.
their Can-Spam Act.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
I think we really should, as email marketers, as email list cleaners, I think we really should take this into consideration, especially if you're emailing into any of the European Union countries. And today we're going to talk about things that you can do to prepare for Armageddon, May 25th, 2018. Armageddon. Yeah. We could call it Email-ageddon.
GDP.
Email again.
Okay, so let's start with the interesting stuff right now.
Let's just go, guys. Throw some questions down there. We want to see your questions.
If you have questions, start typing them, and we will talk about them.
I got a question right now. Someone just asked, how will the GDPR affect my email marketing?
Oh, okay.
Simple.
Start.
Okay, well, it's like this. If you mail with the email that you currently have before May 25th into any of the European Union countries, that is considered, unless you have some sort of opt-in information with date, time, stamp, IP, and source, and the source belongs to your name, your company, and you can prove it, you should have no problems. However, if you have somehow, and they call this anonymously or some sort of anonymizing, that was the word that was put into the verbal words. If there's any way that you anonymously
send without details.
If they don't know who you are going to get in trouble. So you have to opt in your list again. Period.
A solution for now until the 25th.
May 25th.
Until May 25th, you have time to actually send your Europe data and make them opt-in again. It doesn't have to be double opt-in. Single opt-in is also okay, but make sure that you make them opt-in, they understand where they are opting to, and that you are saving the data.
There's different ways of opting people in, but when it comes to this sensitive of a thing, the fines are so big that I really think you should not go around.
Yeah. Don't try to bypass.
Don't try to bypass this one, man. If you're going to be emailing into this, figure out some sort of an offer. I would say you have right now 3 to 4 months to build something that these people will want in order to engage into your list, right? So that can be products.
If you are already doing marketing the good way, it will be easy to do that. You will just ask them, update your profile or something like that, and you will catch up all the details in your logs and you are fine.
But they would have to actually click on that link, and you would have to capture that information.
Yeah.
And all the people that did not click on that link, you cannot email them again. You have to have definitive proof that they signed up to your information and that they know who you are. If any of those people contact an attorney stating that, who cares what country you're from, right?
I think it will be easier with GDPR. I read it somewhere that they will have a place to actually file claims online. So it will be much easier for them to actually start the process.
Well, if that's the case, then
that's big.
The EU government has some website where people can go to and file complaints. If that's the case, then we're talking about opening up a whole new company. You call it a government, call it whatever, but it's going to need employees, and with employees, it's going to need taxes to be paid, and therefore they're going to start enforcing the laws. So whatever that means be prepared and know what the laws are.
They build a business, so be prepared. There is a business model there, and I probably think that they have even goals of revenue. But again, like every new stuff, in the start, it's the hardest because people need to adapt and need to control that. But it's doable. It's okay, and it will actually improve the way you are doing marketing. Because if now you will have more info about what you are going to send them and how frequently you are going to send them, and you will give them the option to edit their profile and everything, and keep all the data that they opt in with, you are safe. That's it. You don't need to do anything, like 10,000 steps. No, you just need to fix your marketing to make it work the best way and the legit way, okay? Because let's face it, GDPR, even if we will take that rule as a marketing business plan, okay, as an idea, it will be even better for US lists or worldwide lists, because you will care more about your people, about your list, and you will make sure that the content you are sending them will not want them to unsubscribe or complain. So these rules, if you see it in a good way, they wrote them to make you a better marketer.
Right.
And that's the future, being better, giving more value, and for more value, you can make more money. That's the idea.
Okay, so we got another question that came in. Can I buy email marketing lists under the GDPR? Can I buy a list of people who in the European Union and start email marketing to them?
No.
The answer is yes and no.
My answer is no.
There's not really a clear, definitive pinpoint answer to that as far as the information goes and the legalities of it. What you should do is find out where you're getting the information from and how they collected the information, and what are the commonalities between it. Because if you buy a list of people who purchase shampoo and you're going to be advertising car parts,
hair removal.
No, hair removal would be something. There's something tangible.
Okay.
Then you may have something to work with. But if it's completely opposite of difference, I wouldn't even go there. You're gonna be susceptible to those fines.
I think they don't need to do that, not because they can't. They can do that. I said I will not do that. I will not buy Europe list just because the process of getting them approved in your system and finding out what's going on in the end and what they are interested in will be too long and will cost too much to even start with that.
Yeah.
That's why legit marketers in Europe will have a really good 2018, because the way I see it, a lot of people, and I see in forums, on chat or in rooms, a lot of people will just stop mailing Europe, focus only on USA or different countries, and will say, my business already only 3% of my revenue is from Europe. I do not need to even handle that. And that's fine. That's okay. You can do that also, right? Like, no problem with that. But if you want to stay with Europe, you need to get your shit together. You need to understand what you are doing, and you need to be a lot more, how do you say it?
Compliant?
Compliant, yeah, and clear.
Very clear. Be very clear on what you're saying and what message you're trying to convey. Obviously, the way that this sounds is, you can forget spamming into the EU, period. You are going to be susceptible to some of their private investigative entities or some of their government agencies that are going to start
companies
following
that want to make money. Yeah. People are making money from something like that.
I think it's a great opportunity.
There is company from SMS spamming that making money. You just send them the SMS. They do everything for you.
Yeah.
They get paid. You get paid. It will be the same thing like that.
Now, I got another question from a viewer. The question came to me. The question is, if I have existing data and someone wants to buy it, and it's people who, information of people in the EU, can I buy that information and can I use it to market?
After the 25th in May, you can't.
After May 25th, you cannot use that information.
Nope, no way. Again, you can, but it will be illegal. That's you can do anything you want. You can mail, you can do whatever you want, but know that from May 25th, you will be under new rules.
If you do not have the information to back up that consumer who received your information electronically, signed up to your form, and knows who you are susceptible to fines.
Easy as that.
And the whole thing is written really for large data companies. The way it's written, it's for, it's to stop these data breaches. But I feel that
people sharing data from companies to companies.
Yeah, but it most definitely is going to affect the email marketing world. In fact, there are more email marketers than there are data providers. Okay, there really are. Where
20 times more.
Yeah, and so they were saying something to the effect of 4% of the company's gross or something like that when it comes to the fines. Revenue. Yeah, it's that's what they're talking about in fines. So what are the fines when it comes to email marketers? And again, guys, ask any questions you want. We're talking about the GDPR.
Let's say hi to people 1 second.
Oh, all right.
Hey guys, I'm sorry we didn't saw it in the start, but hey Wayne, Wrong, Eleanor, Eli,
Raz, Andy,
Eliav.
I don't even know how to pronounce
Raz
your
is
name.
My mom. Andy.
Who? What is that? Is that Arabic?
No, it's Hindu.
Hindu. Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Can you
Racheli,
type how you pronounce your name?
Coaching, Darren, Douglas, Remy. What's up, guys?
How you doing,
Any questions? You like what you see until now? We are trying to actually take the GDPR rules and make it simple for you to understand what you need to do and what you actually need to stop doing. Let's recap fast. GDPR basically means that if you want to email from Europe, you need to make sure you have
Europe or from Europe.
Yeah, you need to make sure you have at least the bare minimum is data about the opt-in process or maybe IP and
you have to re-opt them in. You have to re-opt them in. Yeah. Period.
They need to agree again.
Mm-hmm. You have to have the proof of consent of their opt-in, and you have to have a secure storage facility.
Maybe even
space.
How many times they open, they click, or history. If you can save all the history about the lead, it will be better. Again. You can mail for millions and nothing will happen ever and ever. It's a possibility. We will not take that risk. Just saying. Okay, especially not in the first year that they are trying to take examples and actually force it in the worst way ever.
There are 3 types of email marketers. One is your opt-in, whitelisted. Everyone on my list knows who I am. Okay.
I see only 2.
I see 3. Then you have your gray listed, and the gray listed are people who had an opt-in list. Everyone knew who they were, but they start sliding in a few lists here and there. Maybe they grabbed their LinkedIn accounts, or maybe they grabbed in, whatever,
their
customer relation management software accounts, and they start adding that information. Now they're on the gray listed because those people didn't necessarily opt in. And then you have what's called your blacklisted email marketers, who are just completely sending to a person randomly. They don't care who they are. They just blindly shotgun approach to gather information. And are there ways of making money through the blacklisted versus the gray listed versus the whitelisted? I think
you can make money with all of them.
You can. It's just it scales up to how the more engaged in your audience, the more money you're going to make. Period. And I think now is the time in the email marketing world to come up with
separate the kids from the grown-ups.
Totally. Come up with a gimmick. Bring something to the table that that the consumers will be interested in. And keep in mind, you're not going to get everybody interested in whatever this can be. But if you can think universally, what is one thing that everyone has in common, and then build a campaign around that so you can get them to engage and opt in into your personal list.
Yeah.
Everyone in the world needs toilet paper.
Yeah, but I will not start
Everyone
marketing toilet paper.
But my point is, start thinking on that level.
I really think that you have basically two options. One option is to get your list and start running them again.
Right now.
You have time, you have a
Start
window.
getting them engaged and opt them in now.
Yeah, and
that's if you're
keep their
mailing
data.
into the EU. If you're
Yes.
mailing into the European Union, if you have any data that's inside the European Union,
Start
start
blasting now. Yeah. Now, what I'm saying, yo, it's risky. Come on. This kind of open window will not come back again. That's it.
No.
So that's really risky.
Yeah.
You
And
need
you
to
know
understand that.
what I see is going to happen in the future. I think there's going to be a flood of emails that are going to go in there, and then after, right when May 25th happens, people are just going to focus on other countries. I really do.
Yeah,
I
most
really
of them, 99% of the marketers will do that because, one, they don't understand the law and actually understand what's going on, and they are just scared. Like, I don't want to understand. I will just keep out of it. If your revenue is low from Europe, that's fine. Everything is good. You don't even need to get in trouble.
Speaking of revenue in Europe, you do your research on who the EU countries are. I think there's 10 of them, and of all of those countries, start talking to your friends of who email markets into them, and find out which ones are actually responsive.
You know what?
Is
what
it
I
worth
see,
it versus mailing into other countries?
What I see in the future, in the near future, that GDPR. US will also start to do something a lot more serious than the can spam.
I doubt it.
In depth.
I don't.
I really think
not the way our Congress works, but I just don't see it.
Maybe not now, but maybe if we will change our practice and start working like the GDPR says, then we are safe for life. Because if we are going to change, let's say I can't believe that someone or some country will get even worse rule than that, right? GDPR is pretty strict with really high punishment. So what I'm thinking is, if we will actually change the way we are doing marketing in obtaining leads to be compliant with GDPR, we will be fine and perfect with all the countries for life.
I think you'd make more money that way too.
And you will make more money.
Yeah.
And you will sleep good.
Yeah.
No worries.
Email marketing.
Hey, Toph, what's up, bro?
What's up, Toph? Email marketing isn't a set it and forget it thing anymore. Email marketing is tough. Email marketing isn't easy. Just to send 1 million emails, it doesn't cost pennies. We're talking, major finances go into email marketing, and I think that what this new law is going to do, it's going to force us to again get engaged into our audience, right?
Yeah. To be marketers.
Yeah, because email marketing.
Not something special. To be marketers, to keep your data checked. To not send to people that if you have a product and people actually register to it, make sure you keep that data, and that's a good trail, because if someone bought from you something, it will be much easier for you to show that you got his data. That's one trial you need to have. But in simple ways, you need to make sure the way you collecting your leads will be compliant. Because even if you are now doing double opt-in or single opt-in, but you do not know the IP or the timestamp that the lead actually opt-in, you are still not compliant.
No.
Even if you had double opt-in, so you need to understand.
Even if you had double opt-in prior to May 25th, if the people don't know you and they don't know that they signed up to you, they win, you lose, period.
Yeah. Even after that, I'm talking in general, double opt-in, it does not say that you are GDPR compliant. No. You need also, you don't have to do double opt-in, you can do single opt-in, it doesn't matter, as long as you keep the data trail. You need to know the IP, you need to know all the data. And by the way, in V3, we will actually control that. And all the leads will be in one place, so we can actually fill the data on them all the time. So,
Buzzwords.
Buzzword.
Consent.
Yeah,
Consent. Consent.
I agree.
You have to get their consent after May 25th if you're going to mail to them.
Or before.
Well,
Yeah, and keep it.
this is the time to get their consent. If you have a list that doesn't have consent, and in the future after May 25th, you have to be that engaged into mailing into any of the European nations.
And let's face
European Union nations.
And let's face it, if now someone have 50,000 lists, for example, not only from Europe, general, but it will make a good marketing campaign right now to make them consent again, even if they are not from Europe. Just the idea of refreshing your list and get them engaged all over again, you will make more sales, period. Just by cleaning your list right now and making it better, you will make more money because you don't need to send to crap emails that don't open.
Buzzword, targeting.
Segmenting, targeting.
Targeting, segmenting. Right now would be a good time to go through your list and start separating EU versus other countries. Period.
How they can separate EU, for example?
That's not going to be easy. You can do it via IP, but when it comes to your large domain providers like Hotmail, AOL, MSN, Yahoo, all of those, it's almost impossible to find out what type. That's where appending comes in. I think that appending companies, if you're an appending company, it's the perfect time to be in that business because people are going to be coming to you to start getting information. Look, you're going to have to do some private investigative work. You're going to have to dig and find information on this email address, you know, find out where this email was opted in over the last 10 years. And there's tons of data companies out there, aggregators who can give you date, time,
it will cost
IP.
you a lot of money, by the way. But maybe I can help with that. If someone need, maybe we can actually help with that with a better solution. But let's talk about it later. It's not something for now.
Yeah, but realistically, out of the list, you know, you're only going to get 10 to 20% that you're going to find that you know of. The rest of the 80%, you're going to be gambling. So,
but I'm saying that even if it's free accounts for Hotmail or something like that, that is in Europe, it's already in GDPR rules. So we need to block them anyway. So it doesn't matter. Yeah,
but you know,
if you don't want to mail them,
isn't there? Doesn't Yahoo have international endings after .com? Okay, so you know those are easy to remove. So basically Yahoo.com.eu or whatever, or whatever, which one of those EU countries there are. Those are easy to remove. We can do that. We can separate those for you easy through hygiene. But when it comes, but you can easily go to Yahoo.com and you are in one of those countries and get an email address that way. So there's still a lot of risk when it comes to email marketing into
IP and MX is not enough to know for sure the location. We know that already.
Yeah. And through appending, through MX checking, through you know, just research on the emails itself from data aggregators, I don't think you're going to get 100% of the information.
Nah, no
it's
way.
It's going to be impossible.
Maybe 20-30%, maybe. And if it's actually the real information, because you don't know, you actually cannot trust anyone now. Insane. I checked a few companies and you know, compared the result, and it's like I use the same company all over again. Insane. So
buzzword.
Waste of money.
Buzzword. Timing.
Why?
Timing is everything.
Why?
Timing, the time right now is to separate your list as best as you can.
The time, we have a time.
You have a window of time between now and May 25th to get your shit in order, period. And if you don't, you are susceptible to all kinds of problems. And this isn't.
Let's give them solutions. One.
Buzzword. Solution.
One. You can stop sending to Europe. One, that's an option.
Okay.
Two, don't buy lists.
Don't buy lists.
Don't buy lists from Europe.
Create lists.
Create lists. If you need to work with Europe. If you don't have much work with Europe audience anyway, just plug them proceed with your work.
3?
Yeah. 3, if you are in Europe and your business are all with European, you need to make sure you change the way you are keeping your data. You need to get their consent again.
And secure it.
And secure it.
And you have to put the GDPR information on your website.
On your policies, yes, exactly.
Put that stuff on your website, all the legalities
and
to it.
And you are good.
And have unsubscribe everywhere, on your website, on your emails, etc.
Yeah.
That is definitely a new law for the European Union.
Where Not only unsubscribe, also let them to edit their profile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have, where they can actually edit their name, their email address, etc.
All the details do you actually store about them. Mm-hmm. You need to be clear with them and actually show them they can edit, they can choose, they can remove, they can do whatever they want, and that's what you need to give them. Mm-hmm. That's the what is the meaning of GDPR? How do you say it?
Oh, I just had it.
Too long for me.
Global data protection, something.
Global data protection, yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, again, it was written for big data aggregator companies because they don't want the same data breach that happened in the United States happen in Europe. Mm-hmm. I get that, no problem. But it was written for big data companies, for credit agencies,
for them, yes.
bank
but still, we are
agencies, but it's going to affect email marketers at some point in time. Will it affect them right away? We don't know. This is
no one knows.
The European Union has never done this before.
Yeah.
As for this big, so they're really stepping up their game when it comes to their legalities, and that pretty much.
I think it's sum it up and just again, guys, do it the right way. And you don't need to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to do anything you are doing.
Quit hiding. Quit hiding.
Yeah.
Get out there and figure out something that everyone is attracted to. Like I said, put the toilet paper thing to mind. Everyone has to use toilet paper. So if that's the case, find a product that everyone can agree on and try to get them to subscribe to whatever that is. And then market to it through all the other different means. But you got to get that information into it as soon as possible.
Yeah, or target your audience to the product you are actually want to promote. Mm-hmm. That's easy. I just want to say something, to sum everything up and talk to the email marketers, eye to eye,
one-on-one.
You
want me to leave the room?
No, that's okay.
Do you want me to light a candle?
No, that's okay. What I'm saying, guys, really, first of all, I feel you guys. I really feel you guys. Trust me, it's not going to be the same thing after May, especially with bulk mailing. Not that I'm doing bulk mailing. No, but never mind. What I'm saying is, you need to understand that even if everything looks harder, it actually tells us we need to improve ourselves.
I agree.
And if instead of getting scared out of it, we will just think for a second and just change the opt-in page and add below a sentence, I will be mailing you daily with blah, 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 blah. And trust me, if someone will not opt in, you will not want him anyway.
No.
So why lying? You understand what I'm saying? Even the PayPal funnels and all things like that. Okay, you got a person, but again, it's not a long-term solution. You are not building anything. You are actually, you are blasting the emails. Okay, you got 1,000, 2,000, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How many times can you repeat that after this law will be applied?
Yeah, I agree.
You can't.
Yeah, be transparent.
Yeah,
get consent.
Try to
find a common denominator to grab everybody to opt in back again. Don't be sneaky about it. Don't go around their backs. Just be completely open and honest and build your campaigns that way starting now in the future. That's where things are going. People are leaving email marketing and getting into the YouTube world where they're actually making money just doing some sort of a home-based thing on YouTube.
And people run from internet marketers to become crypto experts and then run again.
Yeah, the crypto thing's just taking off. So
and now everyone is coming back to the internet because they fucking lost a lot of money.
FEC's cracking down on all kinds of people.
People are crazy. Be focus on one thing. If you are doing email marketing, do it the right way. I'm not saying you should do only one thing. I'm saying you should focus on one thing.
Focus is the key. I mean, here's a good question for you. How do you kill a man's dream?
Take him out of focus.
Give him 2.
Oh,
so that's it for our show, guys. Hey,
Nice.
Love you very much. Thank you so much for all of your questions and all of your time. And we will see you guys next week. Next week we're going to be talking about airplanes.
No. I had an idea. 1 second. You know what? You have until next week to write down in the comment a
help
subject.
us with the show content.
If not, we will come up with something. There is so many things to talk about, but if you are actually want to know something in specific, just write it down in the comment.
Yeah, and we're also on YouTube now. Go to the email show. Hopefully you can find it that way. I think it's the email show.com.
Yeah,
like the emailshow.com.
Yeah,
and we just purchased the domain. We're going to be putting a website up together for that, and it'll be a good little place for information about email marketers, how to help one another out and make money.
And on Facebook Live, there is only so many things we can actually say. Okay, there is a lot of things we know, but we can't say it to people that we don't actually know who is watching. With that said, the members area will be in a lot more depth to understand things, and the way that people will actually
we're going to put a members area on the website where you can log in. We're going to be vetting people to make sure that we're not going to get any very strict vetting.
Very strict. Be prepared for that.
And this is a place where people can get together and share knowledge, share secrets, and
without anyone spying on you.
Lift each other up. Because there's a lot of forums that are out there where there's a lot of negativity, and we want this forum to be about positivity.
Mm-hmm.
Positivity is the key, about focusing on helping one another. Because just because you're successful right now doesn't mean someone isn't trying to achieve that, and vice versa. Just because they're not successful doesn't mean you have to hurt others that are. So we're going to really make it a positive forum, and if anybody hurts anybody, talks about anyone, says one word, you're out of there. You'll never get back in there again. It's about a positive forum, about all of us helping one another out, because
really helping.
Yeah. And I think it's going to be a great place for email marketers to come.
There is no place like that.
I don't think so.
And we will share details from the deepest and darkest place that will actually show you things you will never even imagine. Okay, my brain was blown away last week when I figured out something new, and we confirmed that with the groups, and wait for this membership site, because it's going to be insane.
Amen.
Okay, so guys, you already 8 minutes more than the half an hour, but that's fine. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for joining in. We hope you had a good time. This is James. I was Lior.
Peace out. Have a good weekend, guys.
Oh, ATM.
ATM. Verify 550. Clean your lists. Send them through the ATM.
Bye-bye.
Bye.